Hi, my name is Chris. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing Leetcode problem number 119, Pascal's Triangle 2. This is an extrapolation on the previous algorithm, Pascal's Triangle. If you've solved that already, this is going to be a piece of cake. If you haven't solved that, you might want to go ahead and do that first. I also have a video on that as well on my channel if you want to check it out for some help. Or, you don't necessarily have to, because once you solve this, you'll be able to solve that easily as well. So there's not a huge difference between the two, to be frank. Okay, so what we're going to do is, given an integer row index, return the row index, zero index row of Pascal's triangle. In Pascal's triangle, each number is the sum of the two numbers directly above it is as shown. Okay, so the first row always just has a 1 in it. The second row always has 1, 1, right? And then we see each side is always 1. And then we're filling in these gaps by going to the previous row and saying 1 plus 1 equals 2, 1 plus 2 equals 3, 2 plus 1 equals 3, 1 plus 3 equals 4, 3 plus 3 equals 6, 3 plus 1 equals 4, right? Okay, so, so for example, we said this was 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. So if we were to go to the next row, this would be 1 plus 4 is 5. What's this? 6, so 4 plus 6 is 10. 6 plus 4 is 10. 4 plus 5, or 4 plus 1 is 5. And then, of course, you have the ones at the end. So we have 1, 5, 10, 10, 5, 1. Okay? That's how this works. Okay, so let's go over to CodePen. And you know what? I'm not going to use any of these tests. Let's see. I'm just curious. 0, 1. No, I don't want any of these. I want at least 4. So this will be 4 here. So I'm just going to grab this. Now we're going to jump over to CodePen. Whoops, sorry about that. That's the solution. We don't want that yet. Okay. So here's our variable. Instead of this being 3, we're going to choose 4 because it's going to be easier for us to solve, see what's going on. So the output is actually going to be 1 plus 3 is 4. 3 plus 3 is 6, and then this is going to be 4. Let me just double check to make sure I didn't make a mistake. No, that's good. Okay. Cool. And again, 0 index, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So first thing that we need to do is we need to basically generate Pascal's triangle, right? That's why if you've done the previous one, this is a piece of cake. So we're going to create a function. I'm just going to call it func. For now, we'll just return the row index. And actually, before we go any further, well, I'll log this to the console. Row index, right? So that's our output, but let's also get a visual for Pascal's triangle in front of us. I think that would be helpful. So, oops, we get a 2D array. So the second row is 1, 1. And then the triangle starts working its magic. So now we have 1, 3, 1. And next would be 1. I'm sorry, not 3, 1, 2, 1. Excuse me. 1, 3, 1, and then finally we come to our result of 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. This is Pascal's triangle. There we go. Sweet. All right, so first thing we need to do is we just need to, it's really just two big steps here. We need to generate Pascal's triangle, and then we need just to grab whatever array is at the row index. So this is going to be our triangle, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, we return that, right? Cool. All right, so first thing we want to do is we're going to say if we're going to take care of like two edge cases. Basically, if row index is 0 or 1, we're just going to return that or that, right? So 0 is going to return that, 1 is going to return that, and that way we don't have to do any looping or any logic, because it's really not going to apply to that anyways. So we can just say if row index equals 0, we return an array with a 1 in it. Say else if row index equals 1, we return an array 1 and 1. Let's get that out of the way. So let's check that. Say 0. What did I do here? Moving a little too fast, I think. Row index is not a function. I must have made a mistake. Oh, my God. Here we go. Sorry about that. All right, good. So, put in 1, we should get 1 and 1. And we do. Great. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is we want to create a result variable. And this logic is only going to execute if row index is above 1. So to start, we can put these two values in our result, and then we're just going to add to that as we go along. Okay? So let's make this, is this 4? This is 5. I got lost. Yeah, it's 4. Cool. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is we need to tell our code how many arrays we're going to be pushing into result, right? So we need to push in 1, 2, 3 arrays at index 2, 3, and 4, right? So to do that, we're going to create a for loop. Say for let I equals 2, not 0, because we're starting at index 2, right? We've already got 0 and 1 in there. And then we're going to say I, the row index, plus 1. Sorry about that. I'm messing up all over the place. row index dot length, excuse me, plus 1. Then we say I plus. Right? Because, oh, not row index dot length. We want just row index. Excuse me, man. I am losing my mind. Right. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 arrays in result. But row index is only 4, right? Because the 0 indexed. So we've got 5 arrays, but 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 are the index. So that's why we need row index plus 1 at this moment. Then we're going to say let storage equal 1. Okay, so let me just do one more variable, then I'm going to explain what these are for. Let target array equal result I minus 1. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to create another for loop. And what we're going to do is we're going to loop through this target array, right? So right now, you know, we're at index 2, 0, 1, 2, right? We want to use the previous array to calculate what this array will be. So we need this target array equals result at I minus 1, right? So we need, if we're at 2, we need the array at index 1. Okay. So our first target array is going to be that. Okay. Storage, we're going to start off with a 1 in there, right? Because when we get to here, all we're going to do is we're going to add, we're creating this, all we're going to do is add 1 plus 1. We're going to push that into storage, so then we have 1, 2. Then at the end of this inner for loop, what we're going to do is we're going to add another 1 and then push that into result. Okay, so then when we get to this, we have storage, we have 1, then we're going to say 1 plus 2 equals 3, we push that into storage, 2 plus 1 equals 3, push that into storage, we get out of the inner loop, and then we add 1 to storage and push that to result. And then finally, for the last, the outer loop, we start out with storage as 1, then 1 plus 3 is 4, 3 plus 3 is 6, 3 plus 1 is 4, we get out of that inner for loop, we add 1 to it, we push it to result. Then the last thing we need to do is just return result at row index. Okay? So here's our inner for loop. We're going to say for let j equal 0 if j is less than target array minus 1. Then we're going to say j plus plus. Okay, so what is this all doing here? So basically, and then let me set one more thing up, and then this is going to be really clear. Let pointer equal j plus 1, right? So right here, you've got j equals 0, target array minus 1. You have pointer j plus 1. So if we're creating this array, this is going to be j, and this is going to be pointer. We just add these two together. But we don't need j to go to the entire end of the array, right? We just need to go up until 1 before. That's why we have this minus 1. Okay. And then the last thing we do here is we say storage dot push, and then we're going to add those those two elements together, target array j plus target array pointer. Then the last thing we do, we push storage, or push one into storage, right? So we can get that last one there, right? And then we got to push result. Or we got to push into result storage. So let's go ahead and return result. And we should see this now. And we don't. I must have made a mistake somewhere. One second, please. Oh, duh. Here we do need length. That was your problem. There we go. Now we have our Pascal's triangle, and all we need to do is we're looking for row index 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. We just point to the index. So row index. And there you go. Okay, let's copy all of this. Let's jump back over to Leetcode. Paste that in. Format our code. Let's run the tests. Tests are good. Let's submit. Fantastic. All right, hopefully you found this video helpful and enjoyed it. If you'd like to see more like these, please like and subscribe to my channel. Enjoy the rest of your day.